How's it going, everybody? It's Eli and welcome to another video. Hope you guys are doing well. This new video is going to be the start of a new guide series. I'm a little late to it, but I will be showing you guys how to complete the trials each week. And it will be guided more towards the solo players, but obviously works for groups as well. Just a little disclaimer, this is not necessarily the best way to get a ton of points, but it is the way to get at least 4,000, so you get that sweet epic loot. And if you are trying to climb the leaderboards for the promotion, just keep doing the methods shown here over the whole raid, instead of extracting early. But enough talking, let's get into the video. First, let's talk about what trials are. Trials is a rank system where raiders compete in in-game challenges in order to earn points to get to the top of the leaderboard, while also earning rewards like loot and weapons. You unlock it at level 15, so you do have to play a bit before you can try them. The higher ranks are purely cosmetic, so if you don't want to participate in them, you don't have to. It just gives you a bit of an extra goal for when you're in raids, as well as being a great incentive to getting some nice extra loot. But the catch is, you have to survive the raid. It's not like some quests where if you complete the objective and die, it still counts as completed. For example, one of the quests is to damage Rocketeers, Leapers, or Bastions. And I spent a whole raid killing them, but died in the raid as shown by the lack of stars. Now I would have to redo that whole challenge over again, which I haven't done, because I wanted to get this video out quickly. So if you do choose to do the trials in your raid, make sure you're avoiding PvP as much as possible and staying safe.
Hey bud! Hey, wanna team up? Hello, Raider!
Now that you know what trials are, let me show you the best way to get the most points per raid. As you can see in this bottom left corner, it says 2x points on major map conditions. The major map conditions are going to be Night Raid, Electromagnetic Storm, Hidden Bunker, and Locked Gate. Here is also a screenshot of the amount of points you get for most of the challenges. And the ones highlighted are the ones for this week. This 2x point bonus will make completing the trials so much faster and give you more consistent results, since you don't have to kill so many arcs or deliver many field crates. For example, if you wanted 4,000 points for the Deliver Carriables trial, you would have to deliver 8 field crates instead of 4. That may not seem like a big difference, but you also have to take into account fighting or avoiding other players, fighting or avoiding arcs, and also hoping that you can find the crates in the first place. Lastly, trials are so much easier with a squad. Anything your teammates do, like damage Hornets, also counts for your progress. Plus, it's also much safer as well than running solo. But if you have no friends like me, I got you with this guide. Now, let's get into each trial. Starting off with the easiest one, we got the Open Arc Probes trial. First thing you're going to want to do is load into an Electromagnetic Storm. Not only does this count for the 2x points, it also spawns with more crashed arc probes for you to loot. I don't recommend the Prospecting Probes event because you lose out on that 2x points, and it's more likely you're going to run into other players just because of the probe event. So just stick to Electromagnetic Storms, or even Night Raids are fine. In just this one raid, I was able to find 7, which is well over the 4,000 threshold, but you can easily find more if you just take the time to. And even if the probes are already breached and searched, you can still search it yourself and still get the full points. There's a few ways that you could find these arc probes. The first way is to look for this pillar of smoke, and it's usually a crashed arc probe. And another way is through this distinct beeping sound. The last way is to just run around and keep opening your map and checking for the crashed arc probe symbol. Another tip is to bring a whole bunch of adrenaline shots, since you're just going to be running around anyways. And that's it for the probes. Next up is the Field Depot trial. One big tip I have for this is to use the Metaforged Arc Raiders map online. It basically tells you where everything is, from spawn points to extractions to where arc spawns and even where loot spawns. And it has every single map as well, and it's free. But for this trial, we're just going to click hide all and then show field depots and field crate spawns. And just a disclaimer, these field crates are not guaranteed spawns, only the field depot is. It helps if you have 2 monitors, but you could just pull it up on your phone or even just alt tab between them. And just like the probe trial, I recommend bringing a lot of adrenaline shots just because you'll be running around a lot. And just for those of you who've never done the field depot, it'll show up on your map as a building symbol. and physically it's a scrap metal building with blue tarps on it. And you also get free loot from it with a chance of a gun as well. Moving on is the damage Hornets trial. This trial is pretty straightforward, just kill any Hornets that you see. And for those of you that are new, shoot the 2 back propellers since they are unarmored, and the Hornet will come crashing down. You have 2 ways of completing this trial. Either you go on a really tall building and snipe Hornets, or you just run around the map killing all the Hornets you see. I personally went with the second one. The 4th trial is to destroy pops. The way that I completed this is by going on Stella Montis and running around to all the pop spawn points. I will warn you though that this map is very PvP heavy, so if you're not into that, I recommend picking a bigger map and just running from building to building trying to find pops. According to the Metaforge website, Damn Battlegrounds is the best way to go. You also don't need a good gun to kill pops, so if you want to run a free loadout, by all means do so. And last but not least, you have to damage Rocketeers, Leapers, or Bastions for this trial. There's a few options you have to complete this trial. The first way is to use a hole cracker, which is what I did. I just sat in a tall building and shot it while running between cover. If you do this solo, I recommend bringing some traps like a jolt mine, just so that you could cover the stairs without paying attention to it. This also works for Leapers and Bastions, you just have to be on the bottom story though. The next way, which I find a lot easier, is to use wolf packs. Although they are kind of hard to find and also hard to craft since you need explosives station 3. But if you do use these, make sure you throw them in the air and not directly at them, and make sure there's no other arc around or the damage will spread between them. And the last option is more budget friendly but way harder. What you're gonna do is get a heavy weapon with a lot of ammo and hide in a building and shoot their weak spots, and going back to cover each time you shoot. The weak spot for the Rocketeer is gonna be its propellers. Only focus on 2 of them. The weak spot for the Leaper is its eye, and the weak spot for the Bastion is a yellow cartridge on the back of its body, as well as its knee joints, which are also yellow. You can find plenty of good guides on how to take these guys down. I recommend the Gaming Merchant. He makes really quick and informative videos. And there you go, that's all the trials. If I was able to help you out, a like would be appreciated, as well as a sub so you don't miss any new videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.